Good morning, boys and girls. It's Mark, the Bowlerhat Farmer. Now listen, I owe you all an apology because I haven't done a video for about 4 or 5 weeks. And I was just on a roll with things and decided in my wisdom that I would give up sugar. Cut it out completely and ended up quite poorly. And needed nursing back to health. I wouldn't have believed that something so sweet could be so nasty. So I owe you an apology on that side. We've had a few weeks, to say, out of things and now getting back to things. And I thought I'd just bring you up to spec on what's happening in the wonderful world of stupidity called the United Kingdom. Now, in the farming side, we've witnessed some bizarre and peculiar things in the last year. From destruction of the farming community as a whole, via whether it was solar farms going in, wind turbines going in, buildings going in, pretty flowers going in, anything at all, so that we, the consumer, cannot get food unless it's imported. Well then, once you shut the gates and don't let people into the 15-minute cities, they starve to death. Great combination, I'm sure you'll agree. So what's the answer? Well, I believe the answer sits in lots of small independent farmers and lots of people growing their own food. Now, interestingly, if you look on my posts on Facebook especially, I shared a post yesterday about the WEF, the World Economic Forum, unappointed billionaires, as they like to call themselves, have decided they're going to start a war on homegrown vegetables. You will not be allowed to have any vegetables grown in your garden because you are a problem causing carbon in the atmosphere. As you can see today, there's lots of dark clouds in the sky, most genetically modified, as you can see behind me. I don't know if you can, but it's all very, look, you see them ones? They just don't look real. So, where do we go from here, guys? I have been touring the country over the last few weeks as well. We've been up to Burnley to do a talk, and we've got lots coming up before Christmas in Derbyshire. We're at the Great Resist. We are going down to Southampton with the legendary, and I quote, the legendary Richard Vobes and the lovely Julia. Gloria and I'll be with them. We've got an event at the farm this weekend for energetic farming. It has another name, but I forget what that's called. But anyway, energetic farming is about putting the energy back into the ground and bringing the life back into the atmosphere and down into the ground and doing some great shit. Now, let's just quickly spin myself around here. Now, the reason we're looking at all these different things is because we know that the percentage of farmers over the last 100 years have raped and pillaged land of anything any good. Now, whether that's from mining companies taking the minerals, the hard metals, right down to the fact that all the goodness has literally been stripped out of the ground. We have to do something about it. We have to fight back. You know, I often talk about the fact that I hate supermarkets, and that is with a passion. I just cannot for the life of me understand why anyone would support them. Go find your local butcher, go and find your local greengrocer, go and find your local baker, go and find anybody local who can make you something good. See, the problem we've got is with the supermarket food, it's got no nutritional value. Next to nothing. Walk into the supermarket and I love the fact aisle in, they put a sign above this one particular aisle what says whole food. What's the rest of it? What's the rest of it? Crap. Absolutely. Packaged to make you think it's going to be good for you. It's packaged to make you think that, you know, it's never going to get no better. But it's trash. It's trash. So we need to stand together, guys, because we're running out of time. I think November the 5th in America is going to be a big day. And we know what's going to happen here. They're never going to let Mr. T take the throne back in America. So the whole thing's going to fall upon its head at some point in the next few weeks. I shared a post yesterday, again on Facebook. Have a look at this, because there was a post I shared yesterday, which is, just going to stop here a minute because I'm gaining on myself. There was a post yesterday went up where the Bank of England is going to stress test the banking system. Now, for those in the know will know that they, prior to September 11th, when the Twin Towers come down, they were checking everything in the buildings. Before July 7th in London, they were testing to see what would happen if there was an explosion on the underground or on a bus. And now here we are, we're going to stress test the banking system. Now, they stress tested the food supply chain just over 4 years ago. A lot of you will remember we had to put masks on and stand 6 foot from everybody and don't breathe on anybody because everybody will die of this catastrophe plague. And what happened? Nobody died. Lots of people died of the jibby jabs. Now, don't forget, on another note, if you own birds, get them registered now, because it's imperative, because they're dangerous things if they're not protected, and we're not protected. So register your birds, because you have to register now every one of them. So what I would suggest is you obviously if you've got a bird what identifies as a cat or a fluffy bunny rabbit or something like that, you don't need to worry too much. But make sure you register them, you naughty people, because it's going to come back and bite you on the jacksie if you don't. So again, my apologies I've not been in touch. I've got a stack load of videos to catch up on. I promised everybody that I was going to go down the road of doing talking about more of the farming side and the growing side. We've got some exciting things happening with this energetic farming, so just bear those words in mind over the next few weeks as you start to understand just what's involved in that and how that's going to play out, and what that means to you potentially on growing more food at home and a lot more food of good quality. Because I can't emphasize this enough, guys, it's the quality what's going to matter moving forward, not the amount so much. The quality of the nutritional value of the food you eat. Can't emphasize that enough. Now, don't forget, amongst lots of things that I do, I support lots of things. One of them I definitely would say, check out the Good Food Network. They're an amazing organisation based up in Scotland, ship food all over the UK, good quality nutritional value, and they also stock books from the lovely Barbara O'Neill. Guys, it's been good to talk, it's good to be back, and I will without a doubt be in touch in the next few days. Love you all.